to see if they will align with the Union for Change, the candidate they have chosen for the Union of Change, that's Issa Chiroma, if they will throw their weight behind him. And we are hoping that that's what will happen in the days ahead. And I pray so that it should, if that happens, it's going to bring a dynamic change in the political
landscape.
Yeah, it's going to be a game changer for that opposition candidate. Even the CPDM is actually panicking at the moment. They are afraid that if just that particular statement comes out, they're going to be afraid because it's going to upset many of their plans of winning the election.
You think that Mr. Kimang is laughing, eh? Mr. Kimang, why are you laughing? Is your person not panicking?
It's not a matter of saying that Maurice Kamto has done this, Maurice Kamto has done that. If you have a group of bystanders who are following you that do not even have a voter's card, and you are making noise, it doesn't count. But if you look at the minister of the CBDM,
you cannot say
all the ministers of the CBDM. If you go to a electoral list, you discover most of the members of the CBDM that have all registered.
How do you know whether those bystanders have not registered?
We know a lot of sensitization, and we know that everybody has registered.
So how do you know that those bystanders that are saying are not registered?
Many of them. I've talked with many of them.
But maybe are you saying that the CPDM too, because we do see bystanders accompanying the CPDM? The other time we saw the Minister of Urban Development, Housing and Urban Development, who said who said that the President Pobia was going to construct low-cost houses for motor taxi drivers or bike riders, and the bike riders were all celebrating. So does it mean that she was saying it to those who have not registered?
No, let me very.
Yeah, she said the president is the first bike rider. so which means that the president himself by default have not registered.
No, when you look at the CPDM, you go by the number. To be very candid, sometimes I decide to sympathize with the opposition, just because I move around and I see how people are being traumatized because the opposition, they have failed to live to expectations. So sometimes there are certain things that we are not even supposed to say, but we just say them because we are sympathetic. We are good-hearted people. We are God-fearing people.
Okay, we'll be coming to you. Nick had the microphone. So, Nick, we are asking that. My question to you is: did you foresee Professor Maurice Kamto's resignation?
Yes, I foresaw it. I knew he will come back to his party because Professor Maurice Kamto is the first to reckon with the MRC. He's the one who still gives life to the party. It's just like synonymous to when the late chairman John Fundi was with the SDF. He had this charisma to galvanize, to give steam to the SDF in his heydays. It's the same thing with the political, the MRC today. Don't forget, African politics and their political leaders are very much correlated, because you cannot really separate the heroism of political leaders and their militants in African politics. So Professor Maurice Kamto, those following him are not bike riders, except you want to tell us that bike riders are not eligible to register and vote, and they are also potential voters. And when you tell us that your militants are already voters, that there's no, except you are telling us that you control and manipulate the electoral system in a way that you know when your militants vote and when they don't vote. The fact that somebody is a CPDM militant doesn't mean that when he's in the box to vote, he votes for his party. It is a sacred ballot. And except you are telling us that you are practicing electoral malpractice, that you already know that your militant must vote for your candidate. It doesn't work like that. In that box, you don't know, nobody is supposed to know who you vote for. And whether you are a militant in the day, you can be a militant of the party in the day, and then in that box, yeah, you support the truth. Yeah, because many people who support the CPM in the day hypocrites. That hypocrite, they support for what they gain, for their positions they want to gain, and the rest. It doesn't mean that
in that box,
they follow their conscience. They can vote. They vote for change. And so
it is very clear. Let me be very factual.
We'll be coming to you now.
In Africa, that it's where he has been tethered. You cannot even try a Gori and expect that he goes and eat in Bonaberi.
Mr. Kiba, we'll be coming to you. Let me go to Mr. Emmanuel. I'll be coming back to you. Since you are saying Mr. Emmanuel, now did you foresee Professor Maurice Kamto's resignation, and what would you interpret in terms of the political impact it will create at the MRC? Many had said that he would have just given powers, allowed the MRC to continue its leadership. That it shows that it's a hungry for power. How true can we look at that assessment?
Okay, I wouldn't like to talk much about Professor Maurice Kamto because of his position, but in general analysis, everybody knew, like some have termed it, Cameroonians have termed it, that Manindem was a taxi. You don't bother a taxi and you own it, which means that you are going to drop. It was Yango for him. So it was obviously certain that Prof is going to go back to his party. Now, what we wanted to know, what we were trying to know, was the agreement that the memorandum of understanding between the MRC and Manindem. That is what they have never succeeded to tell Cameroonians, and that is why they have taken it this way to say that Professor Maurice Kamto has resigned. To me, that is political blindfolding. Why are we doing the back and front part? He said it in 2020 that boycotting the 2020 municipal and legislative elections, right? He knows the consequences. And exactly, he was talking about the presidential elections, which of course the president of the republic and the Republican institutions, they have been vindicated because presidential elections have not been changed. Are we clear on that? So he knew already that he is going to have a problem. So why did he go back to go and get a an elected member from a party that went in for the election? What if that party did not participate? What if all the political parties except the CPDM boycotted the elections of 2020, municipal and legislative? Where would they have gone to?
Mandat imperative.
Mandat imperative. And that's what I'm saying. I will go back to say that the issues happening in the political system of Cameroon, the political revolution of Cameroon now, those are things we are gladly appreciating, because the political institutions and governmental institutions in Cameroon are going under a serious temptation. And if they are not strong enough, and this is why we are saying that, for example, we have seen that the constitutional council that was newly instituted stood its stand. That is where people are trying to manipulate the consciences of people, and not only the consciences of people, and they are trying to manipulate at the same time institutions that are supposed to be protected at all costs. I know in Africa we are still depending on figure politics. Our institutions are not yet strong to do that. They are the ones to make a particular person powerful. But instead, we still have a system where it is a powerful person that is making the institution to be powerful. So, with the issue of Manindem, Maurice Kamto, MRC, in fact, it is not new. And to his own political weight or what he can do, after 2020, he did very well in 2018. But when he came to 2020, where he would have laid another foundation stone, the refining foundation stone, he didn't. So we did not expect anything to come forth from him. He can have all the popularity, but popularity is, people have popularity. So when you see people like, I want to compare Maurice Kamto to this musician, or let me say VDM, or not even VDM, these people like the Gege. You understand? These Nigerian influencers or some Cameroonian influencers, that's why I want to call. He has the popularity. But what is the effect of the popularity? Why is he making use of it? Is it not using people to turn around? He turns Cameroonians around to be against each other. Goes around, Cameroonians say that they want him to endorse this particular person. But how do you cope with somebody who is turning people around? I am happy. We've had some panelists here. Celestin Jammeh, when we started the other day, he was saying that he has known the modus operandi of Prof and the MRC, and he stands on firm grounds to say that they don't have something concrete to offer Cameroonians.
Does he have, because he has joined the
I'm coming. He said he's coming from the inside. They don't have something concrete to offer Cameroonians apart from the policy of divide of inside.
So what was he fighting for to a certain level that he was shot with the rubber bullet?
We can call him for references because he already went inside.
Okay.
He already went inside, came back, and that's what I'm saying. The issue of politics, I will talk to Cameroonians now. We, the youth, please, we should not be moved. We should forget about emotions. We should be careful on our choices, on the people we follow.
Okay.
And that's why even many political parties, like the Celestin Jammeh, they have discovered that the one way possible, the one available possible way is the CPDM.
Okay.
And everybody going back to the house. Let's go back to the house and create. Let's go back to the house and innovate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Many people argue on that terms that are saying let's go back to the house based on existing realities.
That was not the problem.
Mr. Kimba, were you expecting to see Professor Maurice Kamto going back?
No, I was very much expecting, because as my friend has just said, he just came there because he wanted a ticket to the presidential election.
Yes.
And since he did not get it, it was obvious that he was going to go back. And that explains the reason why, when you look at Maurice Kamto, you will discover that he does not have something concrete to offer to Cameroonians. Because, as my friend said, if he has gone in for the elections in 2020, he would have had a better stand. But he chose that, no, I will not go. So when he is calculating, he does not know that others are calculating ahead of him. And his supporters are like the supporters of Real Madrid. Yes, they get very angry, very emotional when you want to tell them the truth and facts. You know, in Cameroon, people don't like facts. In Cameroon, people enjoy when you tell them what pleases them. Yes, and I don't blame them, because there are people that they just, if you tell them that this one, when you are very factual in what you are saying, you become an enemy, because people want to hear what will please them. Maybe whether it is temporal, they want to hear it. So for Maurice Kamto to have resigned is no news. And I was also reading something from the social media where they are saying that the interim president, Mota, was they discussed the terms of handing over to Maurice Kamto, but they did not define when it is going to happen. So as for Mota, he is in favor of supporting his brothers from the north. And now, he too know that power is sweet. Yes, power is sweet. You know, people, when we see that, you say that no. See, there's something. Even if they elect you as a quarter president, for you to allow it, it's not. I've been a PTA chairman president, and as I told you, I know I'm going to roll for what? I'm going to roll for 1 year. But after that, people are calling, I'm passing the quarter pay, calling Prezi. When the next election came, I said, no, I must start again. So, this is your president. It's something that is very sweet. So if you have not tested it.
So you had a position now finally for how long?
No, I went in for the second mandate, went in for the third mandate. It was in the fourth mandate that I was voted and I came second, so I became the vice president.
So you were voted out of office?
Yeah. So this is your president. It's something that's the time you pass the quarter, people are calling you Prezi. It's not easy to leave it.
Could you explain why it is difficult to have most of these people who went to Fumban and to Yaoundé to agree?
Yes, because you see, to endorse one person is difficult. And I was very shocked after the endorsement of Chiruma Yaoundé, that he's the candidate of the world like that.
Of the Union for Change.
Union for Change.
It's a movement.
My brother was the first person to publish it that they don't that it's a fake. I quite remember Barrister. He's put it fake.
Yes, Tanfu Wicha.
Yeah, Tanfu Wicha is my brother. He's put it fake coalition. So asking myself, why are these people fighting? Are they fighting the CPDM or they are fighting other? Yes, because I've discovered that those who are in the opposition, especially those of the SDF, those of I don't say the opposition as a whole. Once they discover that another opposition is progressing,
it's a problem.
It's a problem to them.
Because the Union for Change,
it's a problem.
Union for Change is a movement that contacted everybody.
Yes.
And Chuma accepted to follow the movement. They refused to follow the movement.
Yes, it's like some people just say that, okay, I want to be the hero, that they will say that I'm the one who brought change to Cameroon. And when you look at some other parties, you don't see the viability of them winning any election. But go and join coalition. No. I told them that, look, this grammar will come and sit here and we speak. The common man, they don't even understand. What they need is that they have been asking. I'm sorry to say it because there are some certain things I'm not even supposed to say
as a ruling party.
As a ruling party, but those are very kind and I'm a Christian, so I just sympathize with them.
With the opposition.
With the opposition. So you see, when they discover that one of the opposition leaders is progressing or wants to galvanize the population, they are the people who will go again and say no, we don't recognize it. Like this, it's a fake. It's like this. I don't really understand. So that at the end of it all, see, I'm not saying that SCB is the best. I'm not saying that we need change in this country. But for now, we have not seen somebody that can bring that desired change. To be very candid, that's the truth. Although people get angry and say, how can somebody like you be supporting CVDM? How can you be doing this? The fact is very clear. Among all these opposition parties, who has come out single-handedly and stood in front and say, okay, I want to redeem this country? Nobody. When we talk about Cheruma, people say, no, we cannot support Cheruma because Cheruma was an ally to President Pobia, and so we want Cheruma mean that we are voting President Pobia. When we talk about Joshua Osi, no, we cannot support Joshua Osi because Joshua Osi like that, he is a contractor in the presidency, and we talk about any. Who are we expecting now to take over from President Paul Biya?
Expecting a Messiah.
Who is the Messiah?
Expecting an angel from heaven to come and say that this is the one.
Then people will sit. Then they will sit and write very long this thing. They say no, to write that these are the how do they call that manifesto. Political manifesto. They will write pages and pages and pages to give to people who do not even read. How many Cameroonians do read those things? They don't read. And then you sit and say, no, if you read my own, you will discover that I'm the best. Okay, who will say that I'm the worst? I've written my own is the worst. You people should not vote for me. Nobody. So I think that it is high time. When the change will come, you will discover it. You will see it. You will know it. But for now, Cameroonians are not ready for change. That's a fact.
Okay.
Let me give something.
Yes,
so
before I go to Nick.
Just mention of this. When I look at the issue that opposition are fighting opposition in Cameroon, it is very normal. That's why I go back to my theory of gradual development of politics in Cameroon, because we have had the issue of coalition that came on in 1992, right? We have had it, and I don't know if it functioned for how long before they went their separate ways, because before people started creating political parties left and right. And there's something. People come around with this issue of manifesto. To be frank, there are candidates who have brought books, pamphlets in the name of political manifesto. I have around 4 of them. But when I confront their militant, that I will take for example, I will take the political manifesto of the SDF as given by O.C. Joshua. When I will give it to a militant of the SDF, he will not even go. I say, okay, go to this part, the economic management of the state. Just go to this part. I have read it, but he will go there. He has nothing to say. His only political theory or what to say is that Pobia is old. Oh God, that is everything, and that's why I stood there and said that I have been very vocal. If you have anything to say that the only thing you can talk as an opposition is because that Pobia is old. You have nothing, and that's why I came to the conclusion that all the political parties, they are fighting each other. They have not understood the impact of that is the weight of coalition. And coalition, why are they afraid of coalition? The first thing is because, for example, if everybody fall behind MRC, for example, that although it's not the let's say money them, you will find that MRC is going to lose ground in future elections. That's that's why they are afraid. And that's why they have not understood, other political parties have not understood the actual development of a coalition. By the way, our own Professor Maurice Kamto, in an interview, when they asked of coalition, he asked them who is going to vote for the coalition. A unique candidate. We have a videos. He himself has interrogated it, which means that till today, what Cameroonian wants from him, he cannot give them, because he was the one who first of all started. He has the journalist. If we are talking about a unique candidate, on what ground do we have the unique candidate, and who is supposed to be the unique candidate? How are we supposed to do? Whereas we they come on and think that it is only for a group of leaders to come and say, okay, this is what we have, this is what I have, this is what I have. Can we put together and choose the best one? But Professor Maurice Kamto does not think that way. He was asking the journalist if it is going to be Cameroonians who are going to vote for the unique candidate. I was like, hey, am I that stupid to not to understand what coalition is all about? So you understand that even they themselves, those who are aspiring for coalition, they still do not understand, because they are giving and still holding back what they are supposed to give. We'll be coming up to Javis.
Let us look at this opposition coalition of a thing. And when many are at the time when many people are saying we need a coalition, the Fumban came, no consensual candidate. The Yaoundé came, no consensual candidate. And now a group called a movement called Union for Change, which said they have met with all the different political stakeholders who are going for the 2025 presidential election, that they met with them and they asked them to join their movement so that they can have a consensual candidate. And most of them rejected the offer. And they finally, the only one that entered the offer was Chiruma from the beginning. And according to what Mr. Njuken Chamani said, Chiruma from the beginning said he was ready. When they met him, they said he was ready to enter into a coalition, and whichever candidate that is voted, he will support the candidate. If he is voted, he will support. But unfortunately, the others rejected. And finally, the Union for Change, made up of some political parties who also have followers and also some key figures, decided that okay, we are endorsing Chiruma. And why the others now are now crying and now saying that no, that is fake, that is not procedure. What procedure must they now follow?
Yeah, you have to know that the issue of a political alliance or coalition in Cameroon is, to me, I see what is happening as a repeat of the 1992 in what happened in 1992 with the endorsement of Chairman Fundi. You know that even at that during that time, Bello Buba, who is still running, did not support Fundi. If he had supported Fundi, Fundi would have won the election outrightly. He went in as an independent, as a candidate of his party, and he won about 15%. If he had supported Fundi at that time, the winning would have been outright. We are still seeing a kind of repeat because he is still around the corner. We expected him to give support to his brother, Chiroma, and then give support to the Cameroonian people, because we don't really see him winning outrightly presidential elections in Cameroon, because he doesn't really have that political base in all the regions of the country. And the first thing about political alliance is greed, political greed. Yeah, if most of these people can give up their greed for power, it gives way for political alliance easily. And also, when you look critically at the candidates that are going in for election, study the candidates who are young, the younger candidates. Most of these people are one of the highest who are against coalition. Reason being that they know that they cannot, in their heart, they know very well that they can never win the presidential election. Most of these young candidates, they can never win. They know that very well, and they are looking at themselves. They know that they see most of them are not yet. They are not even up to 50. They know that they have a very long way to go. And if they know that presidential candidate, if the are people who are getting to 80, they are still standing for president, it means that they still have about 30 years of political life. So they don't care losing election now. they care about their positions they have now, positions of parliamentarians, the advantages they have, and they know that if they lose, most of them, they gain their attraction only by becoming presidential candidate. Most people become president not because they want to really win, but because they want that political visibility.
And also fundraising,
yeah, and yes, to raise fund and then go in, gain some advantage to go in for municipal and parliamentary election. This is their strategy. Their strategy is not to win presidential election, and we should be more focused on those who are really serious, those who really have that political base of galvanizing people to win election. And we heard Professor Kamto saying that I'm not a member of the MROC, I'm just a political analyst and a political observer. We heard President Kamto saying that he's going to support a consensual candidate. We hope he's going to live by his word. And yeah, a consensual candidate.
Yeah, but this is a consensual candidate. Whether we like it or not, a group decided that to them, that's their own consensual candidate.
That's a consensual candidate.
Nobody has, like you said, nobody has monopoly over the word consensual.
Yeah, of course. And I don't know why this thing is disturbing the CPDM military or the CPDM people in this studio. No, you don't need to. You cannot minimize the 14%, whatever, that come to one, meaning that you still have a very strong political base, even more than the SDF, more than the PCRN, more than the other candidates who are coming to win, more than Chiroma, who is a consensual candidate. And forget about the percentages of the last election. The dynamics of 2018 is not the same now.
Yes, it's not the same.
Yeah, the dynamics are not the same. Yeah, don't forget the CPDM won, supposedly won in 2018 because of the North.
Not supposedly won. The CPDM won.
No, forget about.
Yes, let's go. The CPDM won the North.
Yeah, the CPDM. Let's not debate about that.
Yes.
They won because they won the Grand North. Supposedly they won the Grand North, that's and now they won that because they had the alliance of Chiroma and Bello Buba in the North, and now the dynamics have changed.
Yeah, I agree with you.
The dynamics have changed. There's no magic that they can win the Grand North now or the northern regions now. There's no magic that the CPDM has already lost in that region because Chiroma has actually captured the Grand North. And don't forget that in 2018, Kamto also won in Fundi. He won in Vuri. And these are political bases that has many electors. And if an opposition candidate succeeds to win the North, to win Fundi, he doesn't need to win the War of Central. You just winning Fundi is enough. Winning in Vuri, winning the rest. If an opposition party succeeds to win this, there's no magic that.
And it means that
there's no magic that the CPDM can win. The CPDM will find it very difficult to in this election. So even though they're talking like this, they're panicking within their circle. They're panicking. They're panicking that Chiroma has come in, and they are looking for ways. They are looking for ways to like outrightly put this out. But there's no time for that. He has caught them, and there's no time for manipulation this time around. Don't forget being a militant of as I said earlier, being a militant of the CPDM, you can be a militant in the day, but in the ballot box, in that box to vote, you can vote your conscience.
Are you really saying that Mr. Kimban could be a militant in the day?
Of course, he can be a militant in the day. We know, and he's not the only one. There's so many of them. They can be a militant in the day, but in the ballot box, they vote their consciences.
Yeah, I said that no chance for manipulation. So this time around, if CPDM wins, nobody should complain.
The Molinese will be there waiting for.
People should go and try their.
Okay. We'll come to you guys.
Yeah, I hope the Molinese also should be humble enough to accept that if they win the CPDM, he should also
be. Let me just reply.
Okay, no. Yeah, no Molinese.
The director of Elekam, what chair of Elekam said it on CRTV when they asked him, when the journalist asked him, if an opposition candidate wins, shall you be able to declare election? What did he say? Happily, yes.
But it's not even Elekam that declares the election.
And I'm responding to the question that was asked, right? He asked them if the opposition party, any opposition candidate wins, shall you declare the election? He said yes, even if he's not the one, but everything starts with him now.
everything starts from his office.
Because when we look at what happened in the constitutionally and also what happened during the 2018 Constitutional Council, the ELECAM has the mandate, because when ELECAM was actually brought to tax, ELECAM explained that they have the mandate to conduct an election, but the power to declare or to read the result is on the shoulders of the Constitutional Council. So, which means that if that question, the person would have directed that question to the Constitutional.
It is a circle. It's a group. The Constitutional Council has they will receive the figures, right? Which means that what are they going to declare? The figures coming from ELECAM, which means that indirectly, shall you be able? The journalist was asking.
Just like the GC board giving GC
Abraham Eno, if an opposition party has highest vote, will you be able to declare the vote? And he said yes, so we don't have any problem with that.
We hope his hands will not be tied.
Nobody's hands are tied. It is a law. It is a law. Why even find it difficult that the people, civilian people, are even sympathizing and teaching people the law?
Thank you. Happy Sunday to you all in the studio. I am Ella Divan writing from Limbe. Mr. Vitali said Cameroonians does not want change. No, grandfriend.
No.
I want to tell him that Cameroonians are just tired, not that we don't want change. Cameroonians need change more than any other people in the world, but the issue is just this thing: no one is ever winning President Paul Biya in elections in Cameroon. Not that he is always the best choice of the people, but the same thing that always go on, and which all Cameroonians are aware, that no matter what you do, nothing will change. So most Cameroonians see no need to go wasting their time, that they want to vote for something that will never happen the way they want it to be. Ella writing.
No.
Yes.
That one should not be.
You say that you are not going to win. You are not going to vote. Why should you complain when others vote and you are being won?
Yeah, because
you don't need change. If you need change, you go and vote. Because we listen to many people. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because when you move on the street and you meet people, they say no. Why I get to go vote? Why I not say President Paul Biya will win? That means that you don't need change. If you need change, go and vote. When their vote is not stolen, you will say, okay, yes, I voted and I was cheated. Yeah. Yes, you cannot go. You cannot play a match and they win you. Then you say that you have been cheated. How were you cheated? Go and play the match first. Somebody is arguing that no, Cameroon need change. Then you say no, we will not go and vote because we know that President Paul Biya will win. Then what? Do you need change? You don't need it.
I do understand the fact that many people who are of voting age refuse to vote under the guise that nothing will change. But the same people are the ones saying that opposition should unite.
Yes.
The same people, and there are also a group of people who said, oh, Paul Biya will never win. The same people are angry that opposition are not uniting. The same people are insulting opposition coalition. If you have nothing to do with election, why are you putting your mouth on in election issue?
And that's why we have to tell ourselves the truth. Cameroon is developing. The mentality is developing. Let me take the Jamboree of 2018, where the ambience we saw, was back then, 2011. The way we saw the massive voters campaign for voters registration wasn't the same. It got increased in 2018, and it built up with this before the electoral list was closed down. We saw how many Cameroonians mobilized. That issue of people were voters apathy, it has gradually been reducing. It's gradually reduced, and I bet you in 2032 we are going to have more than 50 million voters registered. Now back to those people who complain. We've had the time to go down to the society, because at times we used to decide to do some investigation, try to sample our views. People come and say, I will not vote because we know the President Biya has won. I'll ask you, how has he won? And it goes back to what one political candidate raised some time ago. They asked him during the Constitutional Council hearing, were you militant? Did your party have representatives at this particular polling unit? He said no.
How do you know that he won?
But how do you know that he won? He said, here, I have militants. I went there. You people saw my videos. I went there to the place, and I had militants who were. You see that, and that's why we go by way of the CPD.
You had militants, but you don't have someone to monitor your election.
Those who complain the most are those who don't even vote. Are those who don't even have voters card.
And that is why you see us when we say that many of these bike riders who have become a trumpet blowers. They don't have voters card.
But they are for all parties now. Today you see the CBDM is coming.
The thing is that most of them don't have the patience to go and stand on the line. When Elekam is doing registration, most of them don't have the patience to go and stand on the line and register. Most of them, they don't do it.
Like I was saying.
And they are the people who complain the most.
Exactly.
Yes.
You go down to the field. For example, when you go down, say, okay, you want them to go and register. They'll ask you. They'll tell you, j'ai famille en Nuri. Huh? They will tell you that I have a family to feed. I don't have time for that stuff. The same thing tomorrow. Those are the same people the other opposition parties will use to instrumentalize and that they won the election. Somebody identified that he do not have any representative at a particular polling unit, but you are saying categorically that you won. How can you prove that?
Javis,
So
let's see. This is a country of 30 million people.
Yes.
And you look at the electoral list, maybe there are around 8 million people deciding for 30 million people. That's why I'm saying that they are not willing for change. If they are willing for change,
Everybody should go
in
and register
and vote. I saw I was talking to one person in Bonabere the other day. The person told me that, it's like this, I've never voted in this country. I've never voted.
Yes.
But Popeye must go. How will he go? We have never voted. You don't even have a voter's card. And a good voter's card will do what today and no say must win. Then why are you complaining?
So that
I'm saying that the day that Cameroon will know that we need change, you go to the electoral list, you will see more than maybe close to 18 million Cameroonians who have registered, or 20 million Cameroonians who have registered. But you can have a country of 30 million people and 8 million people are, maybe less than 8 million people are registered and say that the country is ready for change. Ready for change how?
Okay, you see
that readiness for change should be reflected on the number of people that are willing and are enthusiastic that we want change, and you see them on the electoral list. So that we go by mocking mouth in the part that I know President Pobia, their only argument is that President Pobia is old. Yes, he is old. How are we going? How
going to change?
How will you change the country?
How will you change him?
We're coming back to you guys. Good afternoon, Mr. Tah Mai Javis. How will the opposition candidate come to Northwest and Southwest to do their campaigns with this lockdown we're experiencing? Do they have military and armor cars?
Yes, they do.
To be frank, we don't know or see any party here apart from CPDM and SDF. How shall they come with the bad roads? This is Ndika Alfred from Ekondo Titi.
Cameroon should take it serious. The military is there for everybody. Once, if you are going to the Northwest, right? If you are going to the Northwest, if you apply for security, the state will give you. Please, we should not be deceived because people are already having.
Mr. Emma.
No,
from the Northwest, I don't want to lie here.
Wait, let me finish.
I'm from the Northwest. I don't want to lie here.
Mr. Kimang,
Look at this situation. It's a very complicated situation.
Yes.
If they say that there are campaigns in Bamenda at the commercial avenue,
yes,
there's lockdown.
Yes.
How will you even going to come and attend the campaigns in commercial avenue? Which will be very factual.
How will you live back?
Yes, we should not be like risking other people's life. I live in Bamenda. I will not see myself because maybe I say I belong to this party.
No.
There's lockdown, and there is campaign going on in a commercial avenue. Then I leave my house. I want to go and attend the campaign. Okay, you go and attend it. When you attend it, when you come in the evening now,
yes,
they
will come for you.
The board of contention is the evening. It's not the after going to attend it. In the evening, that when you come back now, you will explain to the petty friends.
There were none. There were none. Please, let me finish. I
not finish there. Okay.
Mr. Akimba,
so we should not risk people's
what I was trying to say is this.
If you discover that it's not secure for you, please stay in your house. I want to be very frank. Stay in your house. Don't go outside. Because I've witnessed a lot of deaths in Bamenda. I live in Bamenda. I work in Bamenda. So I've witnessed a lot of death. So if there is lockdown and you feel that you are not secured, please stay in your house.
No.
The army to protect.
What I'm saying is,
how many soldiers have died there? Have they protected themselves?
Mr. Kimba, there's something.
Are you going to come to my house to stand at my door when after I've gone to the field and come back? No. So if you discover that it is not safe for you, please stay in your house.
Mr. Akiman, I was saying, what I was saying is this: if the person is complaining that the person said CPDM are carrying out campaign, right? Why would it mean that the other opposition cannot carry out because CPDM is having the military? That's what the person is saying. And I don't think if the CPDM is able to carry out a campaign, let's say at that commercial venue with militants, right?
Yes.
And then the same procedure the opposition can use the same procedure.
You have skipped out a very important thing that guy said. I don't know, maybe he did that deliberately or not deliberately. You talk about also the bad road.
The bad road. Okay, the bad road. Which means that the CPD people are using airlift planes.
Where you don't know how they are going to come with ammo cars.
But that's what the bad. Okay, the bad road now is only for ammo cars to work. Is that what you are saying? Ah, God.
They are going insecurity plus the bad road.
Insecurity, we have already tackled that one.
They are going to come with ammo car, but they does not know how they are coming to control the bad road.
But Bello Baba was in Bamenda a few days ago.
So,
but we are not saying that people, and that's what I'm saying.
No, he's saying the event of lockdown.
Yeah, in the event of lockdown, we have not asked anybody.
For ordinary campaigns,
yes.
You can go.
Yes.
But if they say there's lockdown,
yes. Nobody.
Yes.
We have not said people should go out.
I will advise that people should be very careful
yes.
with their life. Life is not something like I'm going to die today, then tomorrow I will come and correct my mistake.
No. We live once.
You have gone. So if you have the chance to live,
live it very well. Live life to the fullest.
Live life. Don't take your life and play Ludo with it. Because once you go, you will never come back.
No, let me clarify something, please. We are not saying that as there's lockdown, people should risk their life because they want to support a particular political party.
No, it's not particular. He was just talking in the context of.
Yes. We don't want to say. We don't want to say people go and say we said it. No.
Okay.
Clean and clear.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Living is very important.
Now, Nick, let's look at the possible who should be in a better place to lead the opposition coalition.
At the moment, the consensual
the reality.
Yeah, the reality is that to me, Issa Chiroma without any bias is the right person at the moment to lead an opposition coalition in Cameroon. Yeah, looking at the reality on ground, the issue is not about theory. O.C. Joshua is good, but looking at the reality on ground, he doesn't have that galvanization to like lead the opposition coalition, and given the fact that he has not even supported the issue of coalition, he said he can win election without coalition. We are waiting to see how that will happen. Yeah, we are going to. As I've earlier analyzed that all these young candidates don't depend on them about coalition because they still have so many years to play. They still have so many years to play in the political terrain. They still have many chances, but we are looking at a candidate who will put back the nation on the right direction, the race. Somebody we are not looking at
make it highly competitive.
Yeah, we are looking at a candidate who will come in for and then run a transitional government as promised by the consensual candidate of the Union for Change, Issa Chiroma. He has promised to come and roll for a 5-year mandate with a unity government, then pave the way for to solve the salient issues that are plaguing the country at the moment, and then pave the way for a veritable electoral process to take place in Cameroon, pave the way for a kind of constitutional amendment. And all of these things are needed for Cameroon to change and then move forward. And we know that if the CPDM comes in, it is another 7 years of misery, because 2018 to now, they have passed us through 7 years. You know that this time around the CPDM doesn't even have a manifesto again because there are lack of words. There are lack of
How do you know?
Name land.
They don't have any manifesto. They don't have any manifesto. In 2018 was the first of experience. We don't know what we don't know what they are promising all this time around.
Maybe this time is Viva and Sam.
I don't know what what that one will be. I see. So they themselves know. They themselves know what they have gotten this country into. Many CPDM militants are disgruntled. They may be pretending in public But they all of us live the realities of the bad government they've led us into. Of course, there's no market for CPD militants. There's no road for CPD militants that they pass, and all the bad roads, all of us are facing it. All the
electricity issue.
The electricity issue, all of us are facing that. Yeah, the hardship, all of us are passing through it. And if they really love this country, they should like vote with their consciences. They can pretend in public that they love the president so much, even though we know all of that is political hypocrisy. But in the box, they should vote their consciences. They should vote change. We know that there's no democracy within the CPDM. You cannot call that democracy a party that cannot vote for and present a possible successor. Even at this moment, if something natural happened to their natural candidate, and we don't know who is going to like stand and replace. No, you don't need it. Except you want to don't present your party as a secret society. It's not supposed to be like a secret. A political party is supposed to have a clear plan of succession that is visible for everybody to see. No, we don't see. Yeah, so we are calling on the consciences of the CPDM militants that they should vote for change in Cameroon. We know they themselves are fed up with their party. They are fed up with their party leaders at all levels. We know that all of what their party leaders are doing is for their families, and what they stand to benefit is not for the Cameroonian people. And we are hoping that even no matter the manipulations of whatever is going to take place, the opposition is going to carry the day. Even if it means the opposition is going to win, even from the midfield, they are going to score this time around. Because we know that if they move closer to the goalpost, they can blow that and say that it's offside. Yes, but this time around, the opposition is going to score from the middle, from the midfield.
There's something I want to say. CBDM might not be the best.
Another person. So they are fighting for themselves. Somebody knows very well that he cannot win an election even in his own family, but he wants to be a presidential candidate. They have simply asked you, okay, come together, form a coalition, look for a strong man that can bring change to this country. You say no, it's fake.
Creating a strong man.
Yes, yes, it's fake. They say that a bird in hand, what two in the bush. This is the bird that I already have in the hand. Let me be enjoying this bird. Why waiting? Now when you go to the Northwest today, you ask people that the situation you are living in the Northwest today and the situation you are living before 2016, which one is better? Many people say no, before 2016 we are better. Yes. So I don't want that issue of plunging. This country should plunge into another crisis where we will have to regret and say that no, it's like this. This man was trying. Let the person that will take this country ahead come forward first. When the person comes forward with that character, with that charisma, with that knowledge, with that ability, I will gladly say, okay, CBDM, I've seen somebody that can move this country ahead. I'm joining the person. But for now, I have not seen anybody. That's why we are still loitering behind.
Thank you.
CBDM.
If you're watching us, please do well to leave a message as to who you think should lead the opposition coalition. Who you think should lead the opposition coalition, if there's an opposition coalition, because the Union for Change is a movement that have decided that they want to bring people together to pick a consensual candidate. They have brought their consensual candidate. It is their consensual candidate. I don't know why people are saying, moving left and right. If you think that Chiruma should not be the consensual candidate, you should also to come together as a group or civil society and pick your own consensual candidate, because nobody has monopoly over the word consensual candidate. Take this message. Good afternoon, panelists. It is really appreciative when we are given the microphone to talk, and we just speak because we do respect. Okay, you know the situation in Bamenda. and you are able to say anyone can campaign under security. If I ask who will actually give out security, CPDM is able to hold a rally in Congress Hall under tight security. Our opposition candidate cannot hold a meeting in Douala and Yaoundé under the guise that there is no guarantee for security from an SDO, which is more unsecured. Bamenda or Douala or Yaoundé. Kervis writing from Limbe. This other right, he says, good afternoon, Mr. Javis. Some parties have endorsed Mr. Chioma as the leader of the coalition. Why don't we throw our weight behind him and also see what he can offer? He has confessed that the CPDM party was using him to tell lies to Cameroonians. What can Biya at the age of 93 offer that he could not offer for 43 years? We can't keep conducting the same experiment while expecting different results. We are suffocating in this country under the present regime. NS writing from Bamenda. This other right, he says, for me, about the coalition, I will suggest the youngest candidate, Hiram Samuel. Reason is he's still young and can lead a growing generation. This is Young Sifarius from Besa. From Besa, your opinion, that's your opinion, and we respect it. I want to ask you this question. You seem to be having a love for the CPDM, and I want to ask you this question. Are you proud of the records that we see so far in terms of the roads in our nation and also the situation of electricity in our nation? Can you wholeheartedly say that because of that you can say Pobia oye?
There are okay, let us assume, but
no, we are not assuming.
Good.
I'm asking
it
a
is
realistic
true.
question.
Let me be candid. Cameroon is living at a particular moment where everything seems to be on a standstill. When you go down the society, everything, like my fellow panelist said, all the bad roads, all the electricity problems we have, everything, the governance things we have, it is affecting everybody. Because I love the CPDM does not mean that I will accept the wrong thing. Because I love the CPDM does not mean that I will say the route from the route that is bad is good. I will not say that. But then we have the way of looking at things. How it is already bad. What next? The routes are bad. Yes. What next? After the presidential election of 2011. The routes were bad. What did we do? Those people who are in power, they were struggling to do their best. And you of the opposition parties, what did you do? Well, we already know that the routes are bad. What did you do to galvanize so that in 2018 you can correct the mistakes of 2011?
So what should they do?
That is why. Let me finish, please. I'm coming to say that the routes are bad, but development is gradually going on. The routes are bad, and they are trying to fix them. Meaning that what? If we Cameroonian, that's why I'm going to say it clear. If we Cameroonian think that we need change, let's do what is necessary. Let's do what is needed. We should not sit and say, what do you gain when you say the CPDM is bad or the government is bad? When you say like that, what do you offer? What do you do? It is needless saying without working. And that is why we, at times, when they say the routes are bad, I don't even look at the party. I look at the particular person who is in charge of that particular road. You cannot come to the city of Douala. Roads are bad. We have the city mayor. We have 4 other mayors, and then you want to sit here and blame somebody in Yaoundé. This is we always.
Are you answering my question?
I'm answering your question. Tell that it is not an issue of the CPDM, but at times we are looking at the people who are occupying those offices. That's one particular thing. The routes are bad. In the city of Douala, the routes are bad. Who do you blame? Do you blame President Pobia in Yaoundé, or you blame the city mayor and the 4 other mayors?
Who appointed the ministers?
They are elected by the people. Who
appointed the ministers?
I am talking about the mayor.
No, I'm talking about the main road, not city road.
Please let me finish.
No,
okay.
Let me rephrase my question.
Yes.
Let me rephrase my. My question,
document.
my question is,
Yes.
when we look at the economy,
Yeah, the economy.
when we look at the Republican route, national route,
National, yeah.
let's take Bamenda Menchum Division, Bamenda Mumu Division,
Yes. Even
Bamenda
Kumbu Road.
Kumbu Road.
Yes.
Let's go to the southwest region. Let's take from Meme right up to the divisional headquarters of Meme. Let's look at Kupeg Maniguma. I'm looking at the main road.
Yes.
Can you be proud of the record of President Pobia to say Pobia Huye for this next election?
When it comes, and even in that area, we think the party has, the government has done a lot. The government has been doing a lot. Go to the Ministry of Public Works, go to the website, and you are talking about national roads. You are going to see that there's a lot of improvement year in. I've forgotten the figure. The number of.
Are you talking about the website or the reality?
I'm talking about. Excuse me. I'm talking about the roads that have been constructed, have been put.
No, I call those routes. I'm not.
Okay. Let me
come in here. There's something. Let's not be very factual.
Yes.
When we talk about national roads,
Yes.
I want to be very frank with you. Those ministers who are appointed to take charge of the national road, they have failed President Paul Biya. I moved from Bamenda
to Douala almost every week. It is a nightmare. When it comes to roads in the quarter, the other day I live around Carrefour Sejo Polo in Monaberi. The other day I left the house. On reaching the road, I fell inside the mud. I have to go back to the house and change my dress. My son Samuel was laughing at me. It is a disgrace. And this disgrace, guess what? Sometimes I blame the population who choose these people during election.
Is that what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's crazy.
People should be able to choose those who will deliver.
Okay.
When I talk, I give example of my municipality in Kambe. Go to Kambe and see the people that we have chosen. See what they are doing. People should learn from us. Go and see how Mayor for Musa Shea is turning Kambe into a modern city. Go to Ndu and see what Ado Kamfon Bono is doing. You come here, people choose on, maybe you just, they give you the promotion bribe. And they choose those who cannot deliver.
Okay,
I said the other day,
Yes.
does the mayor of Douala, Bonabé Douala at Fona, has he ever gone to abattoir to see the place or to even buy meat from there? Because it is a shame. And I don't blame President Paul Biya for that.
David will not
It
accept
is
me. That's
him, the mayor of Bonaberi,
Yes.
who is supposed to go to abattoir, see that the road is bad, and see that how can I maintain this road.
Okay.
The other day I was in
Mr. Kima.
Bamenda. Somebody was saying that he comes from womb. They were saying that there was an alien from womb who said that he has maintained the road from womb and is 80% complete. And there were complaints. That's somebody who was born and bred in womb, and he has suffered with the people in womb, and he grew there.
Mr. Kima,
And now,
let me come.
if the road has been given to you as a contract, you the son of the soil, you cannot do it. Why should you blame President Kabila?
Mr. Kima, you people are shifting my question. My question was not on the city routes.
But it's in general.
No, I'm the person
For the national road.
Yeah,
For the national road.
Mr. Kima, I'm coming to ask you. You are the person that will talk. Don't bother. You are the person that will talk. At the Senate floor, last year, 20 December, that should be November. Last session. No, this year. That should be March. Senator Mbelamoki said, what are we going to tell the people of the Southwest region? That the route, I asked the question that, do the government ministers in this country fly there on air, or do they use the route? That presidential elections is coming, what are we going to tell the people? When the Director General of National Security, Gan Alain Mebengo, Martin Baragangele, where the Director General of National Security, Martin Baragangele, was going to the Southwest region to Mutengene to go and the Père de la Police to go and give the police graduation ceremony, to go and chair the graduation ceremony. He talked about the roads this same year. When the sheriff of the nation, Minister Paul Atanganji, went to the northern part of Cameroon, he also talked about the road, and he said, I will send a special report to President Paul Biya. He drove on the road for 7 hours, and he himself attested that, man, the roads were terrible. In Bamenda of recent, when the Prime Minister was in Bamenda, the Minister of Secondary Education also said they complain about the road, that let us not say things that we cannot do. So, and now I'm asking you the question, based on all this, therefore, are you saying that you are proud on the record to say Pobia Oye for 2025 presidential election?
I would say, as far as the roads are concerned, I would say capital no. Those who President Pobia appointed to do this work, they have failed him. They have failed him woefully. See, yesterday I left Granga at 3 o'clock, and I arrived right at almost 6 in the evening. The other day I left around the park going to Bamenda. Yes. I left the park at 10 o'clock, and I arrived Bikoko at 1 a.m. in the morning. I cannot be. Should I be proud of it? No. It's wrong. They are not, the minister that are supposed to do that work that have not done it. It is wrong. So when something is wrong, we say that it's wrong.
But these ministers are championing campaign for President Pobia.
That's why, even me, myself, I was asking the question the other day that, what are these very people, what are they going to tell their people? Because for us in campaign, we have evidence that we can present. We don't even need to campaign in campaign because we have done our work. You go to campaign, you see that we have done our work. We don't even need to campaign. What they have done there, what Mrs. Sheikh Musanfo and the rest of the elites, Pashe Josiyembe, the Honorable Tam for Mangala, Gerard and the rest, what they have done in campaign, they don't even need to campaign. You just see it for themselves. You see it for yourself. That is the people who love their country. That are people who work with conscience. That are people who know the pains of the people. But if other people have been appointed or elected and they're not doing their work, should we blame President Pobia? No. All the development that is going on in other parts of the country, is President Pobia not see the president? He's still there.
Okay.
So, people are just being wicked. If you look at the minister of roads and public works. He's from West region. Yes. Go to the West region.
West region has roads.
They have roads. Babusam that used to be one of the dirtiest towns. Passing Babusam now, very clean. Go to Buddha. There are roads everywhere in villages in Buddha. People are not working with their conscience.
Okay.
People are selfish. We should be very frank to say it.
Thank you.
Because we are sitting there, because we support the civilian, we say that the right thing is right. When I go to Bamda, do I take an airplane? Or when I'm going to Yamde, do I take an airplane? No, I move on the road and I feel the pains like any other Cameroonian. So we should say that what is wrong and what is right.
Okay. These people only come to talk grammar. Mr. Bia is the problem of Cameroon. No opposition has the voice when government has possibility to create super mayor. I am Akim Eno writing from Burkina Faso. This one says, good afternoon to you all in the studio. I don't think for us having a different president in Cameroon is a problem. I think OC should join the coalition and lead the race because we need a realistic action and not fake promises. Boris Official watching from Boya, the town of legendary hospitality. This one says, good afternoon, Javis on the panel, please. If not of bias from our brothers, the SDF candidate Joshua OC is a perfect bilingual candidate. The manager of his enterprise on Anglophone is the best choice to manage Cameroon and solve the Anglophone problem. This is Daddy Ambiance writing from the gateway of the Southwest region. That is Tiku. This other one is good afternoon to you in the studio. Mr. Javis watching from Bayangam, Pavusam. The civilian man is speaking the truth, and I'm sure he's closer to Dr. Ningwany. I'm sure the Douala group met all those opposition leaders. Okay, this other one, right? He says we are so Nick, we're out of time. Thank you for coming and your advice to the Cameroonian people.
Yeah, my advice to the Cameroonian people is to rally behind the consensual candidate who is Issa Chiruma Bakare. Is like the game changer for the opposition. Forget about the younger opposition party who don't want to join the alliance or join the coalition. It will be difficult for them to win elections on their own. It is, if they really love this country, they should rally behind one candidate who is going to bring a political transition, because the issue of Cameroon is bringing about a political transition. It's not just about going in to be the next president of Cameroon. There are a lot of issues in this country to be fixed, and it is not just about it. It is a unity government that can come in and then chart a way forward for Cameroon, bring a constitutional amendment that can bring about a meaningful change in Cameroon. So it is left to the Cameroonian people to consciously vote for change, vote for somebody who can rally people behind to bring about this change. And it is not, we are expecting Cameroonians, the 8 million people that have voted, to come out, I mean that have registered to come out massively come October 12 and vote for change. And they have to know that if you don't do politics, politics will do you. Whatever political decision you don't participate in, those who go and then participate, whatever decision they take will affect you on a daily basis. And don't forget that politics determine what you eat in your house. Politics determine what the kind of lifestyle you live. And if you are abdomen to participate in the political process, it's going to affect you, it's going to affect your children, it's going to affect their future. Okay. And if you really love this country, if you really love the future of your children, it is time to vote for change in Cameroon.
Thank you very much, Mr. Emmanuel, coming.
Thank you very much. I'm going to encourage Cameroonians to prepare very well, because this period from now till March is going to be a very, very busy period, because we have, after presidential elections, we have regional elections on 30th November, and then in March, and so on. So I'm encouraging all Cameroonians to be steadfast. Let us do politics and forget about the game, the hatred in it. Let's deal with ideas. Let's deal with ideas. We should sell our ideas to people and not force them. Please, we are not asking anybody to go down to the street to do whatsoever because of whatsoever. No. We will know that Cameroonian, especially the Cameroonian youth, in fact, we are coming from the north, we have suffered a lot, and we don't want what happened in Norway to ever replicate itself somewhere in Cameroon. Thank you for having me today. I want to take this special moment to greet the founder of Noni, the founder of Call, who is right there in Bamenda Station. And again, I wish happy birthday to my friend and brother Buji Maxwell, who is celebrating his birthday downtown here at Bonamosadi.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kimba, for coming.
Thank you, Tah Javis. Thank you for all the co-panelists. I want to say that on the 12th of
you want to be a member of our panel, you can contact me on the number that you see on your screen, 676431384. I want to thank the studio technicians today who have done their best to make sure that we have the quality of images, and to the producer Elvis, who is also there, Alan, who is at the broadcasting studio. And always you can follow us on our YouTube channel, BT Media Group or My Media Prime TV. We have two YouTube channels, BT Media Group or My Media Prime TV. You can subscribe to any of them. And next week Sunday we shall also be back to look at campaigns, and campaigns will be officially launched from the 17th of this same month. I leave you with this: no matter the matter, what matters is your matter. And what should matter this day is that you should stay out of trouble. And happy Sunday to you, Mr. Nyam Roberts, your wife Joan from the United States of America. Until we meet again, stay out of trouble. Bye bye.